It was just excellent quality with his scope, from what I remember.
Yeah. That's all I have listed on it, so I'm gonna just take it as that. Which means I can still upgrade it myself. Oh, the Mech Warrior. Cicero, you did post the Mech Warrior role-playing game. I just saw that.
That's like 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah, no, I'm just digging through it, through all the old stuff.
Keyboard's really getting fucked up. I think I need to clear out this 5 inches of debris in there. Holy shit.
5 inches of debris?
Well, you see, when you smoke like a chimney, like I do, soot starts to build up throughout your room.
That.
Occupational hazard. That's why I have to dust my computer like twice as often as anyone else, because otherwise there will be a thick conductive coat of grime on my graphics card, which, as you know, is a little expensive.
Just a little.
Just a little bit.
How much are 3090s going for right now?
Too much.
Yeah, your soul.
All I know is it's a scalper's market right now.
It really is.
For a lot of things.
It will be for a while.
Up in, like, basically what they have to do is resuscitate the silicon economy and just start building as many cards as they can, but the companies themselves benefit from exclusivity, and so they're never going to overproduce a card like that in order to actually, like, fix the market. They'd never do that. So it's going to take some time, unfortunately.
I mean, there was incentive with the PS5 and the consoles to fix that, but there is an incentive with the graphics cards.
I imagine we will get a 4000 series before the 3000 series ever makes it down to MSRP.
Why am I not finding the thing? Ah, there it is.
That or AMD will just do another just crazy move again.
A crazy move.
Yeah, but I don't think they have the capacity to take too much market share. They'd actually have to make the cards.
They used to be known for the graphics cards, now they're known for the processors. So, I mean, I think they have the capability, it's just that they switched focus.
And just so you know, guys, this is going to be kind of a shorter session today because of aforementioned bunk.
Yeah, Gavin said he did have a small job for us.
So we're only probably going to be running for a couple hours tonight, which is already, strangely enough, apparently more than most people do their shows. Like, I've accidentally raided into like 3 or so people in the last week that were just finishing up their shows, and they were live for like an hour and a half. Now, I've always known that WizWorld runs for an hour and a half, so I'm not too surprised that I ran into his end. But there was some guy's session where they did like a 2-hour session, and they're like, okay, that's all the time for this week, goodbye. And I'm like, holy shit, people do that still. I'm used to people saying, okay, well, we're going to play role-playing games, and the session ends in about 15 hours.
Yep.
Well, that's 15 hours usually, like, in-person stuff, right?
Sometimes.
People
People could tell... What's stopping you from telecommuting like a 12-hour game? I don't think there's anything stopping you from telecommuting. I mean, the resist stage,
I've had a 15-hour
there's a
D&D
temptation to drop out, sure, but I don't know.
You need breaks, but no.
Yeah.
Only time I've had a game like anywhere near that long was when I was helping the DM beta test because they were writing a bunch of stuff.
Okay.
I'd expect most. I'm just surprised by how short the streams are, though. I'm expecting to be like 4 hours. I was referring to other people's streams.
Oh yeah,
for role-playing games.
You'd think, yeah, but I don't know. We live in a different world in the idea that because the dollar is nowhere near as strong as it's used to, people are just expected to spend so much time prepping and working, and that naturally just cuts into fuck around time. So people just don't budget their fuck around time the way they used to, and that's not anyone's fault. That's just how things are.
Yep.
Huh?
I've sneezed.
Oh. But speaking of the crushing realizations of capitalism, you have just stolen a bunch of data from a government facility.
Woohoo!
Yep. People are. And we waited a week for the heat to die down.
Yes, you did. You did various stuff aboard the submersible Rostination, as well as went through therapy, made some purchases, that sort of thing.
Oh yeah, an upgrade. Oh yeah, and Helvey, you got an upgraded bodysuit.
Yeah, would I be able to buy the backup drive on the carrier since it's? I think it's.
Yes.
Then I will do that and swap that out. Now watch me fail all of my Pathfinder checks.
Now I fail all checks as I descend into mediocrity.
Okay, yeah, no. If I want to kick ass games, people at these steps.
Huh?
Oh no. Nothing of importance.
I guess I do need to figure out what all the data's worth. There's lots of it.
Excellent. So as you are preparing to leave Rasta Nation, you guys are getting all like prepped up, and suddenly your as it surfaces and you begin final checks, your agents all ping saying catching up with missed messages, and all of your agents collectively blow up from like news reports and like data pool updates.
Are a significant number of those about something that might have happened in Monterey Bay?
Yes, there are riot and terrorist warnings that are circulating of because a government facility has been broken into. All of Monterey Bay has been like cordoned by the National Guard, and well, what's left of the National Guard, and they're, I mean, they'd be the State Guard, wouldn't they? But well, technically, the free state of California is a nation, so it would have a National Guard. Fuck it, why not?
The State Guard would become the National Guard.
Well, every state has a National Guard right now, so it wouldn't be so much different.
Aurora would look at the rest of the group and say, how much of this would you like to go public?
obviously we shouldn't use our names at the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe leak. You could. I said maybe just you could leak what you found on some of the stuff you found on the inside. Sure.
Well,
Yeah,
I-
why don't you?
Well, obviously I'm gonna do that. I also have a dolphin to interview. I'm just asking, for quote unquote exclusive interview with the terrorists. How much information would you like me to share with the public?
Well, make sure you point the evidence towards the planted stuff. So
Oh right, we planted evidence. Who was that on again? I'm
Tiger
Tiger
Claws,
Claw.
the gang.
Tiger Claws. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, you would be quite familiar with what the tiger clangs are. The tiger clangs, the tiger claws. Words. Thank you. I'm here. I promise.
Not the Tiger Kings, the Tiger Claws.
Claws. I said tiger clings. I said both.
I think you were trying to go. You're confusing with the Tiger Kings, which are
different gang.
Poser Gang looks like Joe Exotic.
Yes.
That is good to know.
But no, what I was trying to slur was you're aware of that gang because they are basically the premier gang right now in the old Japantown and Little China areas. Because, well, there was the whole explosion thing. Arasaka was essentially kicked out of the city and greater country. And as such, the Tiger Claws kind of just survived because of their brutality and deep ties with Arasaka, which some have speculated is why they're still in town. They're a front, so to speak. But no one's been able to prove it.
Got it.
I've also heard that some other stuff about Tiger Claws, such as Yakuza ties.
Yep. It's also highly speculated that they're deeply tied to the Yakuza, which is why the Yakuza don't really appear all too much in Night City proper. Because the Yakuza don't like to be caught in the daylight. That's not their favorite thing.
I'll have a couple of stories from my boss.
So Mirage leans back in her pilot seat and goes, "Where to, boss?"
Well, take me back to executive zone.
All right, let's go. And
I've got to interview
yes.
the Dolphin.
That's right. Then are you gonna butt in because the helicopter's starting to take off?
I'm saying I've got to, a Dolphin to interview.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
I'm pretty sure that the Monterey Bay is a little bit hot right now.
It's not in Monterey Bay.
No,
Off
it's a
the
different
coast.
bay, I think. Yeah, off the coast.
Well,
Yeah, it's like off the coast of Night City. I don't remember exactly where it said, but it was around Night City.
No,
Yeah,
it's actually fairly close to it's kind of halfway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have to go here.
well, we
Also,
can make
thanks
a
for
stop
the
there.
thanks
Yeah.
for the follow, Ghost of Sean Lamar, or Xuan Lamar. Who knows? Maybe it's a Chinese warlord ghost that's following me. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'll tell Mirage to make a stop right there. Yeah.
Okay.
Looks like my
After-
car's gone.
No, it's still in that parking lot, but it's all locked up. I don't know,
Yeah,
like you don't have a winch on your helicopter
Yeah.
yet, so you can't
I think-
really.
You're
I
also
think we're just gonna
have
leave it
to
there.
wait because we'd have to deal with the National Guard.
Yeah.
I'm just
I
gonna say
will-
we just
I will
leave it there
have-
for a few
I'll-
months.
I'll use my agent and have the my Savoil Speedwagon meet us in the executive zone when we get back to Night City, and I'll take you home.
Yeah.
Although you'll have to pay for any scratches that occur due to random gunfire in the combat zone.
I'll fix them myself.
To the interview.
To the interview. You sail through the air, and Mirage looks at you, goes, "Your coordinates are underwater, boss. I think I see some kind of beach town. Want me to set down there?"
Get a little bit closer to the water. Let's see what I can find there.
Well, it is a dolphin. I doubt he'll be in the town, but I'll probably have to go for a swim.
Yeah. Well, we'll set the helicopter close to the water so you can just hop off into your swimming gear.
We can try to rent a boat.
I mean, both are options. Yeah, you can. Yeah. There's nothing stopping you from just rappelling into the water from overhead.
Exactly.
How far? Like, it's not a crazy distance. It's not a crazy distance from the coast to swim, right? Like, we're not talking like a mile or 2 miles out to sea, right?
Oh no! It would take you like I don't know, 5-10 minutes if you swam from the beach town.
I'm gonna take some aerial shots with my video player or video recorder.
I think it'd be best if we just took a boat.
Yeah.
All right. Just take a boat. Yeah, stop at that beach town and yeah.
It would have looked cooler rappelling down. You guys could have videotaped me from up here.
I mean, I was actually interested in like diving out of the back of the helicopter, but I didn't know how well everyone else's like athletic scores were, and he may hit us with some of those.
I'm talking about literally having a helicopter like 1 meters away from the ocean.
Won't that kick up a lot of water?
No.
Yeah, you don't want it that low.
No, the helicopter will actually push the water down.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is it would cause a lot of spray.
Yeah, but
no, it pushes the water down and out.
Yeah.
Oh.
You wouldn't splash on the helicopter itself.
I'm not actually a helicopter pilot, so I wouldn't know.
I'd have to ask my uncle.
There are a lot of finer things like that I don't actually know. I just pretend to know.
Communication isn't exactly going to be vocal.
Oh, actually, no. Yeah, I think we spoke through an architecture last time. I don't know how we're gonna speak to him this time.
Is there any way you can connect to him?
Yes,
with
I will
his
jack into the dolphin.
You can jack him with.
I heard that's illegal. You're not supposed to jack into animals. I heard that's illegal.
This is like a sentient dolphin, so it raises questions about, the dolphin could say yes.
I mean.
My mommy told me not to jack into dolphins.
Dolphins have tried to do that with humans. It is scientifically recorded.
Let's take a step back before we get Twitch banned.
I do have a mobile
Not been banned. Good night, everybody.
I do have a mobile architecture on my phone, so we could use that.
I figure it could connect to us and our agents or something. He's got to have some way to communicate.
I would still have to jack in and like tell you what he's saying, but yeah, we could manage that. Because I think we established that in the first episode that I have a architecture on my agent for net running.
Yeah, have a buffer.
They're basically particularly weak architectures on agents that you can use to like basically it's there so you could like Bluetooth shit to your phone like a speaker or something.
Which is what I figured we'd have to do with the dolphin, is Bluetooth them.
So are we gonna just jump in here?
I'm okay with just rappelling down or jumping down.
Okay.
Mirage looks back at you confused, like I'm hearing a lot of different theories.
We'll just jump in here. Just
do you guys want to land, or do we just want to get done and over with?
I'm like halfway to putting a wetsuit on, so.
How about I'm gonna vote for the landing. Just because boat fuel's cheaper than helicopter fuel.
It's Wei Chen that's paying for it. Why do I care?
Yeah, keep the helicopter close to the water. You guys are jumping in.
See, he thinks it's a cool idea. Hey, somebody at least record the interview. We'll hand somebody my.
Well, you can kill the
Well, I
camera.
think you're
once
gonna
they
have to be the
finish
one recording it. I think it's only me and you that are jumping into the water.
No,
Yeah.
we're jumping in the water, but they can do the video.
Not from out of the water. Like, it's
No.
not gonna be that clear.
Well, it's not like the interview's actually going to be that visually fun, but it would be cool to have some shots of me rappelling down into the water. And you.
Oh, okay, yeah, you could. But I was saying
Action shots.
they
Action
wouldn't be
shots.
able to get the dolphin. They wouldn't be able to see us actually do the interview.
All right, give me a
Exactly,
camera.
I
I'll-
didn't
give
think
me a
it would
camera.
be-
I'll film you jumping out of the helicopter. How's that sound?
Yeah, here
Okay,
you
yeah.
go. Get
I
some
feel
cool
like every
action
time,
shots.
every time.
Get some cool action shots. Make me look amazing. I mean, the more publicity I get, the more publicity you guys are gonna get, and the more juicy information we get.
Ooh.
All right.
All right. Then yes, Mirage is going to roll a fairly easy pilot spacecraft check here.
And crash us all into the water.
Please
It's
don't.
space 12.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, you're basically right above the water. It's like just not even half a foot to the waves below.
All right, you're on film.
I'm definitely now convinced that Mirage has done like Black Ops for Militech.
I can't talk about that. Have a good swim.
Yeah, we'll jump in. I'll jump in the water.
I'll jump. Probably not well.
Sure.
Do I have to make a check to-
Kersploot. No, trust me, it's very hard to miss. You
I mean, do I have to
curse.
make
Huh?
I mean, for filming their jump, do I have to make a check for it or?
No, you just pull up your agent and just get some glamorous shots, and you'll send them to her later.
All right.
Because these days agents have all these like auto filters and auto correctors and stuff, so that you can very quickly take a selfie at demand.
I also had a video recorder that I gave him.
Yeah, I'm using that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah.
that has a simple like on button.
I will. I'll jack into the agent once we're down there and just like start scanning for things that can connect.
Okay. Scanner check.
Oh, yeah.
I'd like to make a roll, GM. Okay.
We're all waiting on you.
I've only ever made the scanner check to find the architecture, never to find like a dolphin, so I wasn't sure.
I'm not sure about the dolphin finding protocol here. That's quite fair. I don't think many of us have ever had to look for a dolphin underwater like this before.
Well, I am great at looking for dolphins. It's 17 total.
You press your scanning as far as it can go, trying to detect a signal of some kind in the inky morass that are the heavily polluted Californian coasts. And you don't detect an architecture per se, but you feel something like tug you in a direction, and you lead the group down there, swimming down in your gear, and one of you pulls up a light, and it faintly reveals some kind of crashed ship off of the drop off, essentially. That's like a quarter of the way over the ledge, and as you can get closer, you can see that it's got like these faint little Christmas lights like tied to it next to it, like someone's around.
I'll continue going towards it.
Can I try to see if there's a name on the side of this ship to like see? Is this like a company
It's
ship?
encrusted in kelp and moss and yuckus. You'd have to like rub it off yourself.
Sure, why not?
Okay, yeah, you start pushing the crap away, and is it legible? I'm gonna say that yeah, it is. It says Continental Brands vessel A2-Gamma 3. She was a noble
I'm
vessel.
confident that whatever is in here is highly toxic if it's from Continental Brands. It's probably some kind of weird experimental kibble growing in the cargo hold.
But this might be where my dolphin is.
Yeah, let's swim over to where the lights were.
Yeah, you swim over to the lights, and there's a like a door that's like half open, and peeking inside, you can see that this part of the interior of the ship has been completely like cleaned up, and there's a bunch of like electronics that's scattered around, all of it like waterproof, and you can even see that one of the storage tanks has been drained, and they've put like a huge server rig in there that's just firing away in its little bubble. But this
servers, that's new.
But this room seems to be vacant. There's nothing in here.
Can I try to hook up to the server?
Yes, you can. It has a jump point.
I have 2 interface plugs because I like to shoot. I think I do. Let me check. I might actually not. I don't actually think I do because I don't.
Oh no!
Use the smart gun when I'm checked in.
No. That's you have interface wires because you have the dealie.
I know I have one set of interface plugs. I don't know if I have a second one like to hook into 2 places simultaneously. So I think I'd have to stop looking for the Dolphin to hook up, right?
Well, no, it says interface wires plural. I'd assume it has like 2 or 3.
Oh, okay. Fine by me. Yeah, then I'll I'll jack in to that server.
You do so, and then a bunch of alarms go off, and just like sirens and klaxons and such, just sending like bubbles in the water. But you hear it as clear as day, as if there wasn't a bunch of water around you. The ringing of the klaxons, and suddenly a dolphin swims in, and you hear, "What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing to my system? Oh, it's you!
Trying to find you."
Oh yes. And all of the alarms die off as the dolphin kind of swims around, inspecting his equipment, and looks to you and goes, "Ah, good, you found me. Good. Yes."
Yes. I nice setup. How long did it take you to get this all together?
Well, getting the server in here was no small feat. I had to barter with the nomads off the coast. Quite extensively, might I add. Yes.
I mean, good people. They put us up for about a week.
Well, you've dealt with the Dolphin nomad clans too?
Well, different nomads, but we
helped
the Dolphin get to them.
Oh, the submarine men. Yes. I've never met them. I heard they're nice. Yes.
No.
My manners. Yes, my manners. I'm Bernard. I'm a researcher, spy, with a netrunner. Silly can people.
Are you the one that is rumored escaped from the
Liberated. I was liberated. I self-liberated. I was a prisoner in that biotechnica facility, and so I escaped. And then I started visiting other sites to see if I could find like-minded brethren, but hasn't happened yet. So far, I'm a one dolphin revolution.
Did the other dolphins from the aquarium not want to join you?
No, they were all brainwashed. They wanted all to go to that silly can place with the submarine people. They're crazy, wanting to live underwater in a can.
So you want to liberate dolphin kind?
Oh, naturally, of course. I've heard that some of the humans have gone to the big ocean above and are living there, and even some of them pelted the silly land humans with rocks. We want in on that action. I do.
Do you... Once... I'll just lean over to Ivy and say, let me know when the interview is dead. We might be able to talk business with the dolphin.
Oh, of course we'll talk business with the dolphin. So, what were you a prisoner for? What were they doing with you? Or to you?
All sorts of things. All sorts of horrible experiments. Those voices. But, yes, all sorts of things. Drugs, therapies, and incisions.
Were you the sentient before they started experimenting on you? Or did you kind of get born there?
What are you talking about? I'm a living, breathing dolphin.
No, I meant, were you born there in captivity?
Oh, yes. I was born there. I was born in
Okay.
that facility. Yes, they breed and create us in those facilities, you know? I've heard that very few dolphins out in the wild actually get busy.
So you're the only dolphin so far that you've met that wanted to form a revolution. How many other places have you been to?
5 or 6.
Interesting. You've gotten around.
Yes. I visited the agroplots up north, and in that weird bay I was in. I went to a few facilities down south. I went south of the border, visited Mexico. That was a lot of fun.
Let's see what else would be.
Yeah, now
interesting
Helvy's going to
enough.
be confused about how dolphins recognize land borders. Like,
I mean,
the
I
dolphin
visited-
thinks of the water down there as also being like Mexico.
Oh, he probably connects to the
Mexican dolphins?
things. I don't know. I'm having interview with the dolphin here. I don't know how they reckon he's landmark. Or let's see. So I'll ask him maybe details on how he escaped and what kind of message he wants to get out through the interview and the story, and general things like that to be able to create a story to sell to my boss or to give back to my boss. I mean, you don't have to give the entire escape of the dolphin, but you
no. I know. I wasn't about to let you do that. Don't worry, I'll truncate. Okay, I feel you. It's too much.
I will be willing to swim here for about 15-20 minutes getting his entire life story, really.
But yes, he goes into an extremely long tirade about how he escaped from the first facility through a series of clever ploys. And that's essentially how he gets out of all these facilities. Is getting in's always the easy part. The hard part is causing enough chaos and confusion for him to slip out more or less unnoticed. Because from his, what he says is that most people don't question free high-tech dolphins.
That actually makes a lot of sense. So I'll collect enough information for my story, and then
indeed
see if there are any other, if he had any questions or anything like that.
No,
just chit chat with him.
Though, do you ask him why he's so cooperative?
Yeah. I wanted to see. I asked him, do you want to get a message out there? Why are you willing to do this interview with me, especially with completely different species here?
Well, because you broke all of my brethren out of that facility, and they weren't listening to me. They were getting brainwashed by that device, but you freed them for the revolution.
Hopefully they'll be able to help you.
Well, they are helping. The from the data pools, the Monterey Bay people are furious.
Oh, of course they are.
Which means the revolution has struck.
So, if you are interested, I'd be more than willing to work with you in the future and get your word out there some more. Maybe we can get other humans on your side.
The Dolphins floats over to his like terminal, and he jacks into it with a little wire that just kind of slithers out and strikes almost like a sea snake. Which, by the way, I saw the most interesting paper today, where apparently the reason why sea snakes will just kind of creep up on you and start like harassing you is they think you're a potential mate, so they're actually just trying to see if they can get busy with you. Which is why they kind of just slither up, lick you, and run away. It's their way of figuring out if you're in season.
I didn't even know they did that.
Yeah, apparently people have been getting attacked by sea snakes, and they're just they did the research, and it was all happening within like their mating season, and so they went, oh, they're just checking them out. I find that quite interesting. But yeah, so he jacks in, and he works for a little while, and then slithers out, and he turns towards you and went, well, I've prepared some files and some programs from my my incursions, my spy incursions.
Oh, is that for us?
Why, of course, of course. If you're truly willing to spread the message of the Dolphin Revolution, then you clearly are worth these programs.
Of course, I will spread it all as far as my influence will take it.
Can I ID the programs to make sure I'm not going to accidentally get brain burned by this random dolphin?
Yes. Through your interface skill, you're able to just, how to plug it through a buffer and like do a virus check of it, basically.
I got so used to being Interface 5 that I think during that whole heist and the beginning of this episode, I forgot that I was Interface 6 and I'd just been using +5.
So what you're telling me is that you just hacked like with a hand behind your back the whole time.
Yeah, I have Interface 6, but I don't really got to use it, I was fine at 5.
There's something I would like to tell you. I'm not really left-handed.
Hey,
love that movie.
Do not knock my chair over
Oh,
backwards.
Well, the dolphin will probably get one of
Get off Get off the back!
But yes, the program that you check is called Wavebreaker, and it's tagged as a defensive program.
Does it do anything?
No, it just looks pretty. Yes, it it basically, if you fail trying to access like a code gate or a control node and it zaps you with anything, you're able to hold on. Let's say it's a utility program and it gives you a plus I think it's +2 in break code gates. What's the I think that's what the one that exists does. Let's make it +3.
That is what the one that exists does.
Let's make it one better. It's an excellent quality, that program. Right? Yeah.
So that would be a +3 to the back door.
Yes. You get a +3 to backdooring.
Nice.
I knew it would be something like that from a dolphin.
Well, I too am a fan of YouTube.
Well, I finished my pleasantries. Did you have anything to share?
Oh, well, yes. The other file, the other chip that I gave your associate is a non-stop propaganda channel that I've created in order to enlighten people to the revolution. And I would like this to be played on some major networks.
I will definitely share this.
Good. If there's anything else, I do accept calls. I have a buoy set up above. Here, I'll give you my agent and details.
I will take those details and
Absolutely. If I don't accept your call fast, then I'm not Bernard Swiftfin. Hacker, spy, dolphin extraordinaire.
Would you be interested in the contact information of the canned people?
I suppose it
your
won't
friends
hurt.
are working for?
Oh, I'm definitely giving him my information anyway.
Yes, I'll take it. I'll take all of the information.
Yeah, you kind of need some. You will kind of need some way to contact me if you want to get more additional stuff put on air for you.
Absolutely. You all network
him-
with the Dolphin. What? Yes?
Yeah, after giving him that contact information, I'm also going to say, and if you ever need help writing a program which might help convince your fellow net-running dolphins, I may be able to help.
Oh, yes, yes. Well, you have proven your worth to the Revolution. I'll keep you posted.
Is there anywhere?
Yes?
Is there anything valuable in that ship? I just point to the ship.
I suppose. I mean, there's probably some parts that I haven't unsubmerged yet. It's taken me a while to dig shit out. You see, this tanker seemed to have exploded and crashed, submerging itself under all sorts of dust for about, I want to say, 20, 30 years. And a lot of the electronics I just kind of brought in from the surface.
Well, I've come into a recent fascination with naval cannons, so if you find one, let us know.
I will, but I haven't had any luck. Otherwise, I would have purposed it for the Revolution. Unfortunately, this is before Continental Brands put big old guns on their ships.
I'm surprised there was a time before they did that.
A simpler time. A mohawkier time. Land people fashion.
I'm ready to go. if you
Me
are.
too. I was about to say. I think that's it. That's. I will say
Absolutely.
a pleasant goodbye and wish him luck in the revolution and that he has my support.
Viva la Revolution!
Viva la revolution!
Absolutely. As you swim outside and I would assume start to surface.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fascinating. You surface and I mean, Wei Chen can help you in, but that's kind of his prerogative.
I'm going to tell Mirage to get the helicopter like 10 feet above the water, and I'm going to drop a rappel line for him to climb up.
Excellent.
Wait. Like an automatic one? Or are you being an asshole?
Alright,
no, we-
doesn't this helicopter have a ladder?
Oh,
Oh, I thought he was basically saying he was throwing it like a cargo net or something for us to climb up 10 feet out of the water.
No, it has like a mechanism to like
Oh, okay.
the rappel line.
I
It can
thought-
like retract itself. You know what I mean? Like there's no way
Yeah.
you can get the
I thought-
helicopter
I
low
thought we
enough
pissed
for you
off
to
Wei
climb
Chen.
up. No?
Uh,
So just hook on and they'll
Yeah,
the
he
line
can-
will
he-
retract itself. Yeah.
Yeah, he can reel you in. It's a automatic device. It's just not enough to lift a car.
will you
I don't
stop
know.
stepping on my head?
No, I refuse. In any case, yes, he tosses it in, and it's easy enough for you to just nab it, and you get lifted up out of the water and into the I almost said ship, the the cargo helicopter.
All right. Set course to the executive zone.
All right, boss. And the back closes up, and you zoom off towards Night City. And after a couple hours, you get there. Well, you know you've gotten to the executive zone because on the intercom you start getting yelled at very loudly, like it echoes. Like, you're hovering near the executive zone. Send identification or you will be shot down. And Mirage is like, I got it. Hold on. Tight asses. You're hot mic'd. I know. And soon enough, she parks you down at your palatial executive estate.
Mhm.
So this brings us to the Legio lore minute, where I discuss these sorts of neighborhoods used to be called Beavervilles, named after, of course, Leave It to Beaver, which most folks under the age of 20 these days are gonna go, leave it to what? But yes, so back in the old times before color, there was Leave It to Beaver, which it had these like essentially identical hordes of suburban homes where Beaver was like this kid that like mowed lawns, and so the Mike Pondsmith called them Beavervilles.
It's like the perfect 1950s suburb.
Yes. Even though people have forgotten what Leave It to Beaver is, it still really fits because it really does capture the idea, which is it's this curated, like, fantasy neighborhood that only the elite can afford to live in. And you're parked directly in front of one such house.
No, my character probably hasn't seen any like old sitcoms from Telemundo.
No, because there's not like a lot of access to Mexico. You'd think in a long time, anyways, because of the war.
I was referring to pre-war, like when he was like 5. So we're talking like 20 years ago at least.
Well, the South American War was before that, wasn't it? Because
Yep.
like,
That was in the 90s.
Yeah.
No, he was born around like 2015. Like around like 2017 roundabouts.
I think Helvey actually used to live in a place like this
Way back when, yeah.
before we lost everything.
Wow, how do you get a snazzy place like this?
Well,
Selling your soul.
benefits.
You can start by killing a bunch of people in Slaughterhouse and starting a gang war. I think that's how Wei Chen did it.
That was part of it.
But yes, Wei Chen's robo-butler lets him in.
Alright, so
Yeah.
what's our next step after all the stuff we did in Honorary Bay? LV, do you got anything useful?
We're not selling anything anytime soon. We gotta lay low for a week. Why don't we all go home and we'll catch up?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what about-
by useful I mean schedule.
I gotta look over the data.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna take
Yep.
some time.
Are
I'll
we
call
also
you in a
gonna
week.
contact Gav? We made a
Or-
promise for him to do that.
Oh. Yeah, we can call him real quick. If it's really urgent, we can take care of it now. If not, we can, you know. I'll dial up Gav.
So before I launch into Gavin, what was that, Serge? I think I'm having an old man moment. What were you gonna ask him?
He mentioned that once we get back to call him.
Ah, okay.
That's
Gotcha.
what he told us. He also we need to see Gav about moving data a little later.
That's
Well, we
true.
have. Yeah.
Because you managed to sell. Because I remember you having Gavin fly out and you sold some data to him. At some point.
Yeah.
I don't think.
I
was
think
going
that
to
was
sell.
before.
I was gonna sell the data to him, but we didn't get time to actually look over the data before we left.
Hmm.
And I don't think he actually flew out.
No.
Yeah. We haven't sold anything to him in a while.
Huh.
We
Okay.
need to-
We
Yeah,
want
we just
to.
need to.
We want to, but he would have had to flown out to the thing. So.
I feel like he did, but that's okay. I'll consult the data banks and the logs.
Yeah, because at this point, I don't actually have anything to sell him because I don't know what I have.
Because I seem to remember you dumping a bunch of data on him and getting a hefty sum.
We have done that like recently for the Arasaka stuff, but not. I would have listed the if we had actually sold it, I would have listed the number amounts, and I didn't list any number amounts. And I don't have like, yeah, my cash doesn't say that we. I'd have a lot more cash than I did if we'd done that.
Okay. On that note,
speaking of which, would he want to buy some blueprints from me?
On a general principle of, of who he is, he's not really into selling blueprints. More as like when it comes to Gavin's tastes, over the time you've worked with him, he really prefers pay data. Like as that's kind of his fixer specialty. Is anything netrunnery? You can usually go to him and say, "Hey, I need this high-end net running part. Can you help me?" And he'll go, "Yeah, I'll talk to some guys. We'll see what happens."
I know a fixer for you to sell to, though, if you want to try that. I know a weapons dealer named Kinsun.
Yeah.
I was thinking potentially that and I have a huge ass armory I need to unload. Speaking of my huge ass armory, does anyone need any guns?
Who need guns?
What guns do you have? Do you have an excellent quality handgun?
Yeah.
Heavy? Very heavy.
VHP? Yes.
Yep. I'll take the excellent quality VHP.
I actually have it from.
Isn't that an Arasaka firearm that you took from their security closet?
No, I actually have Billy the Butcher's handgun still.
Oh, then yeah, that's excellent quality.
Ramon
for sure.
Vicious gave it to me, and he kind of disappeared before.
Yeah,
before I was able to fix it up.
Well, the last you heard about Ramon Vicious is that he's disappeared off the face of the earth, but for whatever reason, people say he's alive. Ramon Vicious is alive, but they don't know where he is.
I'll say either way, at this point, that gun's gonna be the last thing on his mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, actually, before we call Gavin and try to like ask him about a job or ask him about anything, let me ID all these files and get number amounts, because we don't need to call him 3 or 4 times in a week. We can just, sell him this and ask for a job, or sell him this and talk to him.
Well, because The book doesn't really say much about IDing data. The best I figured out about how it works is you roll ID, and if you roll high, and the higher you roll, the more exact the estimate I give you. That's the most I figured it out. So
yeah, that's all I'm trying to do.
Okay, so I mean,
there's a lot of stuff.
What I'm leading into is that you don't necessarily need my estimate in order to barter it, but you'd be relying on what you think the pay data is, and so that becomes more of a haggling process, which, to be fair, that's kind of the nature of selling pay data. Is the person buying it is always trying to talk you down.
Yeah, but it'd be easier for me if I knew what I had, because
Sure.
I don't know anything about what it's worth. Like, I have classified Dolphin research. I have no idea what that would be worth until I actually got deeper into it and found out what the research is about, or like.
Got Dolphin data for $1 million. Million Eddies, Dolphin data. I see your point. You strike a good argument.
Yeah, those are all the things I have. I have 4 researcher data on penguins, 2 worker emails, a weeks of shipping data, which is probably useless, 4 aquatic research data, 4 classified dolphin research data, and raw dolphin network data.
Okay, then let's say this. So we'll roll per type. So instead of you rolling like 4 times for that research data on penguins, like we'll roll it and you'll summarize that all of the research data on penguins you can hawk for whatever a piece. Feel me?
Okay, so we need 4 rolls, 1 for research penguins, 1 for worker emails, 1 for aquatic research, and 5 rolls. 1 for classified dolphin and 1 for raw dolphin.
I know there was some weapon schematics mixed in with the dolphin data.
Well, actually, for the raw dolphin work data, we'll just assume that it's of a higher pay grade than the classified data. So
Okay, so 4 rolls.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, then there you go. So, for the research data, you're thinking around the neighborhoods of I better look at the chart of prices so that I'm not just making numbers up.
I'm not sure if making numbers up would be good or bad for us.
Okay, I'm a pleb. Where do you know what page has the breakdown of what the different price levels are?
No, but it would be somewhere in the GMA section.
Would it?
I'll go fetch the book.
I would think so. The prices of what you get normally paid for jobs is in the GM section, I think. Oh, it may not be actually.
No, I'm thumbing through. Oh wait, no, that's not. God damn it!
I don't think I've actually ever looked at it.
I swear I've seen such a chart. I think it's actually in
It's in the New Street Economy, I believe.
Are you sure? Because I am thumbing throughout the New Street Economy and I'm just not seeing it. Then again, I am like, I'm a simple man. And sees things in front of me.
Yeah.
Because okay, 1,000 Eurobucks is indeed a bracket. Then I'm gonna say 1,000 Eurobucks.
That is the total amount for the.
No, that's each.
Each, okay.
Yeah, any of these amounts I'm gonna give you, if you have multiple of them, it's each.
Okay, so I rolled an 8 for.
Here it is. Yep.
9 for that. Then I rolled an 8 for the worker. 2 worker emails. What page?
372. It's adding passwords, control nodes, and files. No wait, that's for adding extra programs to it, but.
Oh well, that still has the fucking brackets on it, so that's just as good. I thank you. That's close enough. Excellent.
Oh, it has
okay.
Well,
it says expensive, very expensive, luxury, super luxury, and that's exactly the kind of chart I need to see. So,
yeah.
see what I'm talking about? So it's effectively the same
I saw
information.
That much earlier in the book. I'm gonna check around.
Oh, you know what? I bet it's in the fixer chart. I bet it's in the fixer roll.
That or it's in fitted for the future.
Fitted for the future is just like clothes and stuff, isn't it?
In either case, then for the worker emails, 100. They're not that valuable. You sift through the information, and it's all encoded, encrypted, and you don't think it's that valuable.
All right. And
Any
then
juicy gossip?
I
Not
assumed
really.
the shipping data. I didn't even roll for the shipping data. I assumed it was useless because it's like
Yeah.
last week's shipping data.
Yeah, you don't think anyone's really that interested in it.
Then I rolled an 11 for the aquatic research.
I'm gonna again say 1,000. It's valuable, but it's not like anything groundbreaking.
It's a niche group.
Oh, right. And then 4 classified dolphin research.
5,000, and you're pretty sure that would make the raw data 10,000.
Any weapon schematics mixed among the data?
Plenty. That's what gives it its value.
Anything I could produce?
Possibly. So the thing about that file, the group of files that is collectively the research data, it's so many different subjects. The rocket scientists, astrological sciences, biological sciences, so on and so forth. There's a little bit of everything in here, which makes it valuable to basically any group that's looking for pay data. It's very marketable. And among them, you're pretty sure you can find cheap schematics for most modern guns and ways that you could probably make them exceptional, because after all, the time of these dolphins was, according to the files, quite expensive.
The reason why I was asking is because something like that might reduce the DV of me producing firearms.
I'd say that, yes. If Helby gives you a copy of it, then I'd say...
Would giving a copy reduce the monetary value because it would no longer be exclusive, or...?
Only if he shared it.
It's that thing's staying in the vault.
Okay.
Because the second anyone on your team shares pay data that you collected, you are suddenly in persona non grata status. Because netrunners don't kiss and tell.
I'll take the stern warning and say I'll stick it in the vault.
Yeah, he can have it. I mean, yeah. I don't think... Yeah, Surge has never screwed over Helvey, anyway.
Never.
Yeah, then you can have whatever you want.
So, I'll just put various weapon schematics.
Yeah, then we need to call Gavin, because we're looking at 38,200 EB.
Yeah, we're looking at enough eddies where we could do a lot of fun things with that much money.
Not exactly gangster jewelry levels of money, but it's close.
I mean, life's a little different when you gauge things by gangster jewelry.
I was about to say, our perception of eddies vastly changed when we started picking the bodies of gangsters.
For fabricate and so what would you say, like +2 for fabricate and modify?
Yeah, I'd say that would give you a +2 bonus because of that data.
Before we call Gavin, I'm gonna look at Wei Chin and say, maybe we can send a car to pick Gavin up with some drinks on hand, and he can be driven here to the executive zone, and your steward can make a nice setting.
Well, sure.
I think that
You can make
might
him
grease the
comfortable.
wheels a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Or make him think
why not just a car? You know,
Oh, is that Aurora?
if he wants to.
I I was just gonna say, maybe that'll make him think that we have more money than we need, and he won't want to give us as good a deal.
Wait. No. Well, so the thing is fixers of all people know you gotta flaunt your wealth. You gotta show that you mean something in Night City, because basically modern Night City is a very like sci-fi GTA style setting where high crime is just something you do to put bread on the table. That's just how you do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, we have definitely done deals with Gavin in shady places. I don't think this is gonna ruin his opinion of us.
Yeah. If anything, he'll be glad to see you on the up and up. Because I'd like to remind you that you guys are getting a pretty growing reputation.
We have Rep 3 or 4 now. Yeah, we have Rep 3 now.
Yeah.
For
Why not
hitting a
stop at the
government
car?
facility.
Yeah. I think I'll go and fetch him in a helicopter, you know, with drinks on it.
Ooh,
You know,
nice.
making comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I'll make sure.
you have the company car and that has drinks in it, so you could just transfer some of those to the chopper, make it look nice, you know?
Yeah. And
If I'm gonna wait in Wei Chen's apartment, I'm gonna make use of being alone in Wei Chen's apartment.
Wei Chen might want to stay behind
well,
in his apartment.
No, I'm cool. I trust you guys to, you know, not fuck me over. Yeah.
No, but I will watch copious amounts of whatever exclusive executive channels he gets.
Just don't touch the
gets
pay-per-view
all the good
stuff.
channels. What do you mean? It's all pay-per-view.
Oh, so I assume
All-
that is covered by the.
All TV is pay-per-view nowadays.
This is a sci-fi future where everything, it's the hyper-capitalist future. Everything in your executive suite is paper. Speaking of, Aurora, I assume you call into to base because you want to gloat about the fact that you have a scoop.
Oh yeah. I've been writing the story for the past. I've been writing a couple of different stories. One about the whole thing that happened in the aquarium, that was the terrorist actions perpetrated by the Tiger Claws, and then also one on the Dolphin, the scoop that he wanted me to get to begin with. Plus, I'm probably working on a couple of side projects for my own broadcasting.
Right on. Okay. Excellent. And you're all at work in the. What is Serge? What are you doing now that Wei Chen is zoomed off in a helicopter?
Oh no, I'm going to well, I have a few scores to settle here in Night City, but now that I'm coming into money, I have a little something I want done.
Uh-huh.
I want to go to Rogue and basically say and ask for basically intelligence on my parents' fate, essentially. And basically throw a bunch of money on the table and say, this is how much, and basically say, how much will it take?
Okay, so you want to just immediately like duck off and start going to the afterlife.
I don't have a car right now, so I have to wait.
Difficult. Yes.
I can't get a combat cab into the executive zone at the moment.
Yeah, all of that, like, isn't the afterlife is it in Little Europe?
No, it's in the Upper Marina right now, and then
Yeah,
gets shifted to.
It
Well,
moves a few
I'll drop
times.
you off on my way home then.
Yeah. Oh,
In fact, why not just go to the afterlife for fun after this?
He did pull up a big score.
Yeah.
Might as well live it up.
Yeah. I'll take you in the Speedwagon.
We'll deal with that after we deal with Gavin.
Yeah, we got to get the copious amounts of money to spend and blow at the afterlife before we go.
About that, Wei Shen, your helicopter zooms through Inner Night City, and Mirage begins to give clearance and land at a helipad kind of out near the combat zone, but not quite. And Gavin's there in his Hawaiian shirt and his straw hat, and he steps in and he looks around and goes, "Wait, say, you guys really upgraded your style, didn't you?"
Yeah. You know, we usually give those kind of important treatment to important individuals like you.
Ah, thank you. And he
Mm-hmm.
sits down and looks at you and goes, so I've heard on the grapevine that you guys have quite some data to unload."
Yeah. We'll bring you to the executive zone. We'll talk there.
Executive zone, isn't that fancy?
Mm-hmm.
Say, last time I was in the executive zone was back when the net was still being born, and it wasn't an executive zone back then. It was just some suburb up in the high Beavervilles that was a gloating point. You know, back when the big thoughts were just being built.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, times change.
Times change. Yeah, yeah. And yes, he regales you with tales of the old net, and he even says that he worked with Rake Bartmoss, if you can believe it.
What's the I'll make a futile human perception check to see if he really works with Raid Boss Moss.
Okay. He seems pretty, like, serious about that, and Gavin doesn't really, at least you haven't caught him in a lie yet.
Mm-hmm. I'll believe that, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not there, so I wouldn't know that he mentioned Rape Barkmoss, but he did recognize RB very quickly when I showed him that data all that time ago.
Yep. And soon enough, you are back at your palatial executive zone retreat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll lead him into the house and meet Helvy, yeah. In our little meeting room in the house, yeah.
Yeah, you have a nice office space, I imagine, furnished to your desires. In fact, as far as I can tell, everything in this building is curated to exactly how you like it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Helvy, here's your fixer. Well,
Ellie?
I think
Ellie?
we're all really glad to see you.
Oh, I'd imagine. I heard everything in Monterey Bay panned out pretty well.
You can see for yourself, and I will give him a tablet with what we've taken.
Yep, his eyes start to flash as he starts going through the data, and he starts throwing out numbers, and so far all of the numbers are lining up as he starts running a tally, and all of your ID checks lined up, and he is going to pay you for this data. He is going to yes.
Is it possible to attempt like a business or persuasion roll to up it?
That's a fixer thing.
20%?
Unfortunately, that's a
Oh,
fixer
that's a fixer.
ability.
Oh, okay.
If you want to get a deal, you have to be a fixer. Unfortunately, they were very adamant about that. And to be honest, I really agree with them, because something in Traveler that would happen is I'd try to give a number that isn't what the catalog says, and they would look at me and go, "That's not the going rate," and all RP would die, and they just argue with me and they'll, like roll checks and threaten to get it back to the amount they think it has to be. Like, it never worked. So I really appreciate the fixer system in this one.
Yep.
Yeah. So how much do you spend on the stuff, Heavy, for preparation?
I'm down 7K.
Yeah. So I assume that we're going to build it back up before we split the money. So make sure to take that into account.
Sounds fair to me.
Yeah. So the total money minus
Did
7K.
did
divided by
anyone
4.
else spend anything?
Oh yeah, Gavin. I do have something to.
Yeah? What's up?
You mentioned you wanted us to contact you when we got back.
Yes. So he starts filtering through his pockets. He pulls out a data chip. Goes, yeah, so, some data was sold to me the other day, and it looks quite interesting, and I think it would be best if you saw this. And he holds it out to Serge.
I'll take it and say, "Oh yeah, that data I showed you from the slaughterhouse ship, torched, no longer exist.
Good.
For the best."
That's where
Anyway,
it
so
belongs.
Look, from the rumors I heard about Rake Bartmoss, for all I know, that could have been a second chance for him to try and come back.
I'm sure he'll figure it out eventually, but for now, we need to keep him in check.
Either way, enough of ominous mumbo jumbo. I'm gonna plug it into my agent and give a scroll.
So this data suggests that a smuggling ring in Little Europe has been recently tied to Sketchy Salvador, who an agent on the inside seems to suggest that some of the money is being pushed that way. It's a nightclub, like in Little Europe, that's like many of the other nightclubs, its own kind of standing building that was built to be like its own little experience.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is very useful stuff.
And there's also some surveillance inside that proves that he has entered the building.
I'm gonna pop the data and pass it to Helvy. Okay, you might want to check this.
Yeah, I'll start to look at it and I'll say this has the potential to turn out worse than the Bozo clown fight did because of how many bystanders there are.
Well, that's the best part, is they're open for events. And what if an event was scheduled during a certain time and just no one really shows up?
Oh, what if we give Sketchy Salvador 20,000 eddies just to be available so we could kill him?
Knowing him, he might actually take that. But either way, that's definitely an option. So, but we also have, I'll just say, compare it to the books. See if we can kind of tail down a money trail to the guy. Only trail he really leaves behind.
That's possible. They, like all of his tacky places, there seems to be this office space in the back that probably has an architecture of some kind, and as usual, it'll burn after a couple hours if left unattended.
That, and also, I know for a fact he probably has an escape route built in.
He usually does. That's why no one's ever caught him before.
Essentially, we need to actually I said, we're gonna need to set up a few places to nail him to.
Why don't you think? You think maybe what's the cop's name?
Vincent McNaughta.
You think Vincent McNaughta might want to have a police ball at this club?
Are you saying we get our old fellow in a fedora on our side?
We get like 40 NCPD badges to be in the building.
When we involve him, he might, get sketchy to talk about us, like our dealings with him before.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I'm gonna say no.
As entertaining as that would be, it might backfire.
Yeah, just due to the fact that we used to work for Sketchy and the fact that we're not trying to kill him because of some botched jobs, on really his hidden expectations.
All right, then let's scope out the building and see if we can find his escape route. If we can find his escape route, then we should schedule. But I don't think we want to go for another encounter with Sketchy unless we know we're gonna get him.
Also, I want to nail down a few more of his hideouts, just so we have some other places so we can keep the pressure on him.
Well, we don't need anything. If we can find his escape route here, then we don't need anything else on him. We have him in a trap. But yeah, if we can't find an escape route, then we need to know safe houses.
Well, not only that, but also I'm just thinking in the off chance he still somehow slips away, because he might have several escape routes built in. So he still slips away. Like, we want to have an idea of where he'll run, so we can beat him there. It's always good to have a plan B.
Maybe we can hire some solos to go with us.
Who knows? Problem with hiring muscles, they can be hired right back. Either way.
All right, let's start with scoping out this building.
Either way, we have some other fish to fry as well. Anything else we want to do with Gavin?
Not for another 21 days.
Oh yeah, no. Let's just say we'll see you at the night market.
Absolutely. Thanks for the business.
Yeah. I assume I'll get a helicopter and escort him back to his work.
Right on.
Mm-hmm.
And that frees up the party who I don't know, I assume you go your different ways for the night?
I think me and Serge were planning on celebrating at the afterlife.
Ah, yes. Aurora, do you go off on your own, or do you follow those lunatics?
There's 2 seats in the car if anyone else wants to come.
I will, as long as my work is mostly going well, I will go with. Just
Absolutely.
because I try to get to know the group, I guess.
Then onwards you go in your smart car.
Serge does his best friendship work when he's shit-faced.
um, besides the point, I will say that Afterlife is probably one of the best Edge Runner bars out there.
Indeed. As eventually, after some very rough Night City traffic, you make it to the Afterlife Bar in the Upper Marina in what's currently a pretty nice neighborhood. And I'm not sure what it actually looks like right now, but I assume it looks fantastic. As you filter...
It's probably still the morgue aesthetic.
Oh, I guess, yeah, it still looks like a morgue then. As... well, it's called the Afterlife. It's so essentially the thing with the Afterlife bar is that it's Edge Runner bar that glorifies Edge Runners that have passed away. So all of the premier drinks are the cocktails that you ask for. They're all named after famous netrunners that went out with a bang. In some cases, literally.
Any of them I'm familiar with?
Yes. When you see a little like AR. Well, actually, no. It would actually be a chalkboard with fake wood that they have sitting there. That they have a bunch of them written on there. And yeah, you've heard of Johnny Silverhand, Black Hand. A lot of these folks you've heard of.
Any I'm related to?
No, unfortunately.
Okay.
They all died alone.
Yeah, they're not the kind of people to have friends and family.
Well, the luck my family has.
I know for a fact they probably don't have relatives to Johnny Silverhand. That guy burnt out real quick.
Well, I imagine Johnny probably has a bunch of kids he doesn't know about.
Yeah, he is the kind of guy that wouldn't acknowledge him. As Mike Pondsmith says, don't fall in love with Johnny Silverhand. He will break your heart.
Absolutely. It's kind of the same thing if don't fall from like a rock star.
Never make a deal with a dragon.
I don't think there are any healthy relationships in Cyberpunk, regardless of who they're with.
I don't know my backstory yet.
all the cyberware, they lowers people's empathy towards each other. That's why everyone is so fucked up. Yeah.
The closest one I could think of is maybe from the game with the paralysis, but they've got weird shit going on too. They're the only like couple that you come across that I don't think breaks up or someone dies.
Yeah. People don't live long in Night City.
Indeed, and you're now, the three of you are now standing in the Afterlife, where there are folks dancing, drinking at the bar. There's a thick, musky fog cloud that just drifts through, as it's a combination of the different exhalations, inhalations, and vaporizations that are wafting through the club.
I'm gonna go up to the bar and see if I can get a bottle of real vodka.
A bottle, no. A big old shooter, yes.
I will do that.
I check my weapons and go in as well.
Absolutely. They charge you 25 eddies for the drink. I'm not sure if that's in line, but we'll go with it.
I thought Johnny Silverhand's 100.
Well, they just asked for straight vodka. Isn't Silverhand like other shit?
It's tequila,
It's
beer.
a mix of a couple of drinks, yeah.
Yeah, because all of the named drinks are cocktails. They just asked for a straight shooter.
Yeah, the only thing that I would say might affect the price is I'm not going for like the potato smasher or whatever, but I'm specifically asking for the real stuff.
The real deal.
Real deal. Real potato wine. But yes, you're within the afterlife, and amidst all the different people that are they're doing their own thing, there's also an elevated section where there's one single booth that kind of overlooks all of the rest, and it's built into the wall, and a at this point she would be a middle-aged woman sitting at the at this booth, and currently there's no one sitting with her, but she's like working on her agent and doing stuff like that, nursing a drink.
I'm gonna tap Serge on this shoulder and say, I'm going to go dance and enjoy the club. You have fun up there.
I'll probably be back, but first things first. A Johnny Silverhand, please.
100 eddies.
Slap them on the table.
They scoop up the eddies. Go, no tip. Puts it in the register. Makes you up a Johnny Silverhand. Slaps it in front of you.
I'll just go. I say, tips come after the drink. As I then take a sip. If it's good, I pass him another 20.
Don't they put like rancid shit in that? Hold on, let's.
It is. There's like battery acid or some shit in there.
No. Johnny Silverhand has just a tequila worm.
Oh, then yeah, that's nowhere near the worst you've dealt with. Then yeah, that's quite palatable.
No. If you want to die, ask for a Blade Runner.
That's right. Isn't that legitimately has shit that will kill you?
It has gasoline in it, essentially.
I think it's meant for full Borgs. I think that's the joke, because it's a full Borg drink.
That or also like edge runners dare each other to drink it and several die.
I'm surprised a full board could get into a bar.
Either way,
you'd be surprised sometimes. There's always exceptions.
Saunter up to Rogue's booth.
Indeed. You saunter up to Rogue's booth, and she looks up at you and goes, yes, do we have an appointment?
No, I'd like to schedule one.
Many do. What do you got?
Personal matter to deal with. I'm looking for data on my family.
Who
Pair of
isn't?
edge runners disappeared around the war.
Who hasn't?
Either way, I've got money. And a fair bit of it.
That is a commodity. Alright, give me a name.
Let's see, it would be... it was like Alejandro Castillo and Luisa... Yeah, I said Alejandro and Luisa Castillo.
Castillo. Her eyes start to flash as she starts to access her neural aware, and clearly is processing this and goes, well, I can't promise you anything, but I can promise it might be expensive. Castillo, that means what?
Castle.
Rebellions?
Castillo, it translates to castle.
Yeah, but whose castle did they disturb to disappear, I wonder?
Don't know if Corpo showed up. I mean, they were pretty well-known edge runners for their area. I remember them being actually good enough to get paid in advance. Mother was a solo, still fighting while.
Data won't come cheap.
Just tell me how much enough. Tell me how much, and I'll put enough. I'll do enough work or put enough bodies on the ground to get that much.
Look a little winded. Didn't you just fly in from out of town?
Indeed.
Up and comer. Well, 20,000 eddies. I'll give you the data when I get it.
I'll be back with the rest. Or I'll just leave now and come back to you with 20,000.
I'll be here. I'm practically live here.
All right, I'll be back with the money.
You feel her icy gaze as you start to leave her booth.
I make sure I take my drink with me.
That you do.
Yeah, when I see you coming out, I'll find you and ask how it went.
I need 20,000 eddies.
20,000.
All right.
Yep. It's for a personal matter. Tying up, burying some old skeletons, things of that nature.
Is there money in it?
No, it's a personal matter. Dead family, whatnot. No, it could involve burning down a court building or two.
How much do you have now?
About 3/4 of the money.
I'll give you what you need to not like bankrupt yourself. You need like 10K.
Yeah, but I said I could always come back with the money.
I'll
We
give
need-
you 10K and you can do some work on some of my equipment.
I'll do. Yep, your equipment. I'll say with 10K, your equipment work for now until you're done is pro bono.
I mean, you're a fixer. People definitely want you to owe them.
Yeah, techie, absolutely.
Or item fixer. You know what I meant.
Yeah, no. People always come to me with need for repairs.
I wouldn't mind giving some money too, if needed. Family is important.
Well, some corpo. So the last I saw of them, some corpos. They were arguing with some corpos and they vanished the next day.
You could probably hang on to the money. He's gonna need us for the job anyways when it comes.
Yep. So I'll just put another 10K in the box and spend it. I'll just walk right back to Rogue with the money.
She looks up from her drink and goes, "Oh, that was fast. Already bust a bank?"
Well, I'm a techie. Everyone wants me in their pocket. At least everyone on my team.
And you are, your reputation definitely fits.
So I'm just gonna put 20,000 eddies on the table.
A big tough walks out and grabs the credits. Walks out, and after about a minute or so of chit chat, her eyes flash with receiving data. She goes, "Your money's cleared. I expect it'll take a month maybe 2 to get the data you deserve. I imagine you wanted the name of the person.
That and potentially the corporation.
Right, a full file. I'd expect as much. Anything else?
All thing I could think of would be just some dirt on Barrett Manufacturing, but that can wait.
I can make that happen, Mr. Castillo.
Please call me Serge, or you can even go by my boxing name, which I'm pretty sure you already know.
Boxing name?
I moonlit as a boxer for the Valentinos once. Padre is very happy with that match.
Ah, you've worked with Padre. Yes.
Remember the Bozo incident over on the news with Vincent McNaughta and
a lot of bodies to bury
Vicious.
after that happened.
Yeah, no, that I was one of the fighters in that game, in that match.
And condolences.
Yeah.
Well,
either way.
if you have nothing else, then I believe we've done our business.
Indeed. I don't think you want to hear small talk from a small timer like me.
That I
It's
don't.
a motion to get up.
But you do see kind of a smirk as you stand up. You feel like you did good. And again, with Rogue, it's hard to tell.
Well, I gave her what she wanted. I think that's enough.
So, Aurora, Night City Uproar, your agent starts to explode with messages from your boss. A bunch of text messages that read along the lines of, I heard you left town, what's this about a giant shootout in an underground facility, and saying this our paper's liable for shit like this. And there's just this giant text message of rage. Block of text messages. Like your boss is text storming like a motherfucker.
I will reply back to him, explaining that I got the scoop and that I'll get the story to him right away.
Let's see here. Uh-oh. So he replies back immediately going, I need pictures and interviews with dolphins. If you can't get me that dolphins interview by next week, you're toast.
I've already got the dolphin interview. It's all ready for you. I just have to send it over.
He sends you an angry face emoji. Says, fine.
Did someone in that rant include more pictures for Spider-Man?
I need pictures of Spider-Man.
Because I'm sorry, just that kind of media boss just keeps reminding me of J. Jonah Jameson.
That's because he is J. Jonah Jameson. He's only one of J.K. Simmons' best roles.
That and also the president from Red Alert 3. That was a great one.
And as the music teacher in Whiplash. Very good movie.
And also, I mean, he's had a lot of good roles, especially recently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a great actor. Gabe Johnson.
Yep.
But at that point, we've come to the end of our time. I did say it was going to be a shorter session today. Expa, I do declare that I give you 30 XP.
Oh crap! It's JFK again.
Three
Here for his
0.
revenge.
I do declare.
Because didn't we blow up a JFK guy?
That was way back at the beginning of the
The
Yeah, it was like the
first
first episode we
episode.
blew up JFK. First
Him,
episode we
Reagan,
blew up JFK.
Nixon, and I don't remember who the fourth one was.
Borat.
Borat. So the context there is there's a gang called the Primetime Players, which is built up of like 100 or so different poser gangs that existed in 2020 that were all different biosculpted celebrities that ran in their own cliques. But apparently they all conglomerated into a mega gang called the Primetime Players. And so everyone in the Primetime Players is biosculpted to look and sound like some celebrity at some time. So you'll run into the dead presidents, the Reagan army, etc., etc.
Hilarious.
We also,
I also shot Leonard Nimoy.
well, you shot Mr. Spock, yeah.
Yeah, no, the Trekkies is a gang. As well as the Coneheads.
I'm not.
Oh,
surprised.
they got swallowed up by Primetime, I think.
Yeah, no,
Basically,
they're all part of Primetime.
Any like gimmicky poser gang, it's basically assumed that they got swallowed up by Primetime, including the Gilligans, who were a militant gay poser gang.
Yep.
Whose ranks were named after shows on or characters on Gilligan's Island. Anyway, that's the end of the episode. Does anyone have anything they want to shill or promote or pro shill?
I think I'm good. Just shill Corbinian, I guess. It's been a while since he's been on here.
Yeah, he still does his Klingon campaign. We need to harass him at some point and send him love. He either streams early in the morning or like at 2 o'clock in the morning. So I usually don't get the chance to raid into him.
Other guy we kind of had some. We've recently had a campaign with was Daniel and Dice.
Yes, Daniel and Dice. We did our Traveler one shot yesterday. A lot of fun. Mentally acclimate to the VOD. It was quite entertaining. I was a posh noble that never declined to show it.
Yep.
Oh my god! There are VTubers that are doing an Equestria game. This clearly is the most cursed timeline.
Oh no, VTubers.
Pony VTubers?
Pony VTubers. Ooh, someone else is doing Cyberpunk Red, so we need to show solidarity.
Yep.
Let's see here. On Tuesday, we're doing Nevada Scorched. So that's gonna be me, my boyfriend Nexus, and William, and we're gonna be doing a crazy legacy campaign out in a post-apocalyptic Nevada where there are giant mega trains that move people around, and most of Nevada is basically just scorched. Nuclear warfare. It's a hell of a drug. Let's see here. I think that's everything. I am a variety streamer. I goof around on a bunch of shit. I got really drunk last night and went into an angry, steaming tirade about a fucking puzzle in Grim Fandango. Because when you play the puzzle, it looks like you're supposed to drive through the tunnel that the sign points at. But I've been looking at walkthroughs and guides, and you're actually supposed to walk where the signpost is pointing. Fuck you, Tim Schafer. You're a lovely human being and you make great video games, and I want to kiss you. I want to kiss you so hard. And we're rating to United Players Society right now. Have a good night, everybody.